What's up, sassy gamers, and welcome to Got Our Attention Podcast. This is Season 3, Episode 7. And
Sassel Gamies.
I was going to say, you almost
Sassel
called them Sassel
Gamies,
Gamies,
yeah.
right?
Sassel Gamies.
Sassel Gamies.
Sassel Gamies.
I'm your host,
Gamies.
Mike, or Zycia. Also here with Phoenix Nova Brian, Daydrinker ATL Kelly, and Demir Bruno. We don't talk about him, though.
No.
The fuck, man? That's messed up.
I mean, that's just
Dude,
the rule, man.
Where is this coming from? I've never heard
If Disney
of
has
this
taught me anything, you are not.
What does Disney have to
talk
do
about.
with this? Is this like a Thanos joke? Like,
He's trying to get a DMCA strike by, singing or something.
did like Doctor Strange cast a spell and now nobody remembers me anymore? Like, what are you referencing?
Somebody
What is
snap.
the reference, Mike?
Speaking of Doctor Strange, we saw some
What are the
pretty
numbers?
epic Doctor Stranges at Dragon Con. Like, I would say that 90% were on point. Like, we probably saw 10,
Wolf
9
at
of them.
10%.
How many of them had a cape that could fly of its own accord and move around and had its own consciousness?
Somebody's been removed from the podcast.
Oh, man.
Oh, bring him
Well,
back.
It was always fun. This guy.
Is this how we find out we get fired?
Oh, man.
I don't even know
Don't
who got
worry.
removed.
Don't worry, you'll still have Cobra.
No.
but will
Joke.
we?
No, you won't.
Will we? Because
No,
I had to
wait,
fight
no,
for
no.
that.
No. Cobra
Oh.
Commander.
Okay.
Oh,
that's different.
okay, yeah.
Just different Cobra.
So we
Well,
have
we've
a.
got plenty of Cobra Kai in my house right now. Oh my god, my husband will not stop watching it.
Well, we have a show in store for you today.
Dragon Con as well.
We do, yeah.
We did. There were a
Saw-
lot of
there's
those.
a lot
Yeah.
of
Crazy.
So-
cause.
This is
Can we
actually
have
an
two
interesting
different
episode.
conversations? Me and Brian, and
Yeah.
then Bruno and Mike.
This is an interesting
Bruno's
episode
on our side.
because
He's flip flopping.
this one is not like the rest. This is where I'm going to say, hey, Bruno, I'm going to let you talk for the next like 20 minutes or so, and you tell
This
me what's going on.
You know, this is something I feel like you all have tried to have happen for a long time, and you're probably all going to regret it by the time this is over.
If I can get just a smidge of crazy Bruno rant,
You
am
might.
going to be in fucking heaven. I
You
am going
might.
to be happy, a happy fucking camper.
So, the thing we're going to talk about today, I want to say is like 1 part opinion, 3 parts reality. Because there is some of my opinion in it based on my generalized hatred for certain practices in the streaming community. But then the rest of it is valid. If you look online, you'll find that stats do show that these things are happening. And we're actually going to talk about Twitch quite a bit today, because we're going to be talking about the slight decline of Twitch that is occurring. And if you actually look into it, statistically speaking, their numbers have been decreasing over the course of the last 3 to 5 months in viewership. Viewer hours are down. And I've been having a lot of discussions lately with friends who are in the streaming community. Who did we just disappear?
Just you.
Just me?
No, I got disappeared
We all got disappeared?
for a minute. It's the Bruno show.
Brian's playing
yeah.
playing Thanos right now.
Yeah,
is
if
what's
you
going
can't,
on.
if you can't see, if you're just listening, Brian's playing God right
Mike
now.
said he was going to hand it over to Bruno. I put Bruno on the screen.
I mean, that works. That works.
We've been trying this whole
It's
thing
the
with
Bruno
Brian,
show.
like behind the scenes. Like he's been trying to like kind of run the show with like different
Something
screens
about
and-
behind the scenes means you'd be
Bruno
behind the scenes.
literally
He's
said-
very much in front of the scene.
Bruno literally
He's in the
said,
scenes.
it's like you've been trying to get me here for a while. So I was like,
Fair enough.
Bruno.
It's Bruno.
But
We're just making your segment longer.
we've been having a bunch
Can
of
I just
discussions.
talk over you more?
You can talk over me as much as you want, really.
Sorry, I'm
I mean, geez, wow. This is just as shitty as Twitch. No.
now you know how Kelly feels.
Hey, I try not to talk over Kelly, all right? She's one of my favorite people. You and Brian, not so much. But
Fair enough. I'm right there with you.
But essentially, I've been having a lot of discussions lately with reference to Twitch and the state of Twitch. And like, Twitch as a platform is still very successful, but the content on Twitch, in case people haven't noticed, is getting worse. And I've been kind of looking at a lot of the streamers that have left over the years, which most of has happened in the last 2 years. YouTube's been just sniping streamer after streamer. They lost Ludwig, which was their largest just chatting streamer by a large margin. And
Jeez.
one of their most, if not most popular streamers in terms of building communities. He was responsible for a lot of the inter-streamer interaction that happened on the platform. And since he left, there's been some disarray as to how these large streamers communicate with each other, how many events are generally happening, and also an increase in toxicity amongst a lot of these streamers because he was always kind of like a mediator amongst a lot of them. And just like looking through, they've lost Ludwig, they've lost Saikuna, which was another gaming / chatting streamer. They've lost Disguised Toast, who was also a large
That's
Yeah, I
a
remember
just chatting
watching
and
him
game
on some
streamer.
of the Among Us streams.
Yeah,
before.
he's no longer there. They've banned a lot of mid-range size streamers that were tied to those streamers for doing things that are against terms of service, but all the while causing scandals through like they'll ban somebody permanently for doing X, and then a larger streamer will do the exact same thing, and they'll get like a 5-day suspension.
Dude, that's
7-day
not fucking
suspension.
cool.
Not
okay.
So Twitch, in a general sense, has had a lot of scandals over the last 3 years, but viewership numbers have just been dropping on there, dropping on Facebook Gaming, but increasing on YouTube Gaming. Partly because YouTube has been stealing a lot of those major streamers from Twitch. Additionally, when you start looking into it and getting pretty granular about the content that's being pushed out on Twitch, Twitch really, its core viewership comes back to maybe a group of 50 major streamers that have been around since the dawn of time, almost since Twitch TV was Justin TV. And boy, if their streams haven't stagnated in a sense of the content is identical to what it was 5 years ago, but with none of the personality. Because these people just don't care anymore.
They don't give a fuck.
Twitch's streaming practices have been cited, or Twitch's contractual streaming practices have been cited as one of the major reasons that a lot of these streamers leave. Whereas YouTube requests a flexible around 40 hours of streaming a week. Twitch contracts have been shown to require you to stream like 60 to 70 hours in order to maintain your partner status. And the advertisements that go with it, a week.
Hell yeah.
A week. Additionally, there's some streamers that have to meet a certain amount of bounties.
Let me ask you, can you quiet quit a Twitch job?
That's effectively what these people are doing. They have to put in the hours, but they don't have to make sure that the content's good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been that rise, and it's not a recent thing. This actually started really becoming popular about a year ago. Obviously, it started before that, but like literally the sleep streams, where they're watching the person sleep.
Sleep streams have gotten popular. Actually, there are a lot of major streamers who do sleep streams.
And it's worse too because some of them like will hook up sound effects and stuff, and their audience will wake them up.
No,
and like one guy went damn near batshit on it and was like, "No, this has got to stop." And like he like went off and shut everything down so he could get some sleep. It was like insane.
Oh no, I'm sorry. When I'm asleep, no. I got my eye mask on and I am sawing some logs, man.
It's part of the gimmick, right? These streamers, like they do these sleep streams, but then like the sounds that are played are tied to donations. So the more annoying the sound, the more money it costs for you to play the sound on their stream. So like a foghorn or something would cost you like 120 USD. But you could practically blow out the windows in 500.
500.
Fair enough.
But yeah, all day long.
Pay for it.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yep. I'll get woken up with a foghorn. $500.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, there's a limit because like when you haven't gotten any sleep and you keep getting.
Yes, I'm not going to do this every night. That's for sure.
Are you sure?
This is a once a week thing. Yeah. I mean, depends on how many foghorns.
You know, I think if I was making like
do declare, son.
If I was making like a grand, if I was making like $1,000 an hour, if I was making $3,000 an hour, I'd be game. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, $3,000 an hour, absolutely.
Oh yeah, guys, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'm only streaming myself sleeping, and then they would keep me awake for 8 hours. And I'm like, oh man, my day's starting. I guess like now I got to get to it. So I didn't get to sleep because of you guys. Thanks for the money and my lack of sleep. And then I would end my stream and immediately go to bed.
Yes, that's exactly it. That is.
Put some eyeshadow on in the morning, like an hour at night, and be like, "Oh, I'm so tired. I hope you guys let me sleep tonight because of how tired I am. I've quadrupled the prices."
Yep.
You got
That
me
sounds
again.
familiar.
And the cycle continues.
I do like that.
Yes.
I do like that.
But I kind of started being curious about the state of Twitch when Ludwig left, and Ludwig made a leaving Twitch video that he actually posted on YouTube instead of Twitch for obvious reasons. But like Ludwig's leaving of Twitch was actually really hilarious. He had like this little ad. He drives this purple car into a parking lot. He gets out of it. The car explodes. And he's like, oh, damn, my ride. And then someone's like, you can take that one. And there's an exact identical car, but it's in red. He gets in his red car and he starts playing music. And his friend goes, whoa, dude, won't you get like DMCA'd for this? And he's like, no, that's only in my other car. And then he drives away. So then he did a video of it. And he had talked about how he was torn, right? He had been on Twitch for a long time. And he mentions there was a lot of contractual negotiation going on from both sides. YouTube was trying to get him. And Twitch already had his contract. So his time came and he was torn on it. He was like, I'm going to flip a coin. So he flipped a coin and it came up Twitch. And he was like, that's it. It's done. I'm staying on Twitch. And then he told YouTube and he was like, listen, thank you so much for everything, but I'm staying
He left his fate up to a coin toss.
He did.
Sometimes it's needed.
Well, Ludwig cracks me up. He's an interesting guy.
Coin flip determined where I live now.
There you go.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's how he did it.
Well, also terrible HR, but that's a different story.
He messaged YouTube and he said, hey, I'm going with Twitch. I'm going to renew my contract. This is a decision I made. And YouTube said, we're really sorry to hear that, but we're excited for your future. You do what you have to do. If ever comes a time where you're interested in coming to us, we're always here. The door's always open. Wow. And if there's anything we can do to change your mind, just say the word. And he was like, thanks so much. He went back to Twitch and he said, hey, I think I'm going to renew my contract with you, but I want to discuss some things. And they were just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And he was like, I'd like to set up a meeting. I'm like, yeah, we'll get something on the books at some point in time. And he was like,
no, like, mate.
What are you talking about? I'm like one of your biggest streamers. Like, why are you not jumping at this? Like, he's like, I need to talk about my contract because I don't want to be streaming 60 hours a week anymore. I don't want to be doing this stuff. And they were just kind of like, no, your contract's your contract. If you're going to do renewal, you just do renewal. You call it a day. And he was like,
Wolf.
You know what? Fuck the coin. I'm going to YouTube.
Fuck the coin.
So he chose YouTube. And when he talked to YouTube, YouTube gave him a lot of leeway. And when I saw how much YouTube went ham. So if you don't know Ludwig does a lot with the Smash community.
Okay. He
used to be a professional Smash Melee player, and he's a Smash Melee caster and even does stuff for Smash Ultimate. And when he went there, he was like, listen, I don't know that I even want to do 40 hours of streaming a week because I have all these other plans. I want to like really build up the Smash community. I want to work on community-based projects that would take me away from streaming, but I still want to be a streamer. And YouTube was like, yeah, that's fine. That? Whatever.
Aww.
Like, you're still doing things, so you're doing it under the YouTube brand. We don't care. You do what's good for your community. Like, go ahead. And he's like talking on his video. He's just like the difference is surreal to be in a position where the platform you're working with not only like cares about you, but they legitimately respect you, your time, but not just you, but the most important thing, which is your community. They legitimately care about the health and structure of your community, and the content that you're putting out matters to them. And it's not all about the ad revenue. It's legitimately like, we want to see you putting out the things that are going to bring your community to this platform and keep them happy. Well, after that, it was like the floodgates opened. A lot of streamers that were on his side as their contracts have come up have just started to leave.
Yeah,
And-
well, I mean, it's the thing with YouTube. It's like they have a platform, and it's not just like a streaming platform, right? There's video on demand, and that's a lot of reasons why people have their own channels. They have content creators literally making videos of everything. So there is a community sense behind that, and YouTube knows that. Like, this is something they've been doing since day one. So it's like, yeah, come on over. Like, if you want to put a video up or you want to go live, great. If you want to just have people, meet here and go through our videos, sure, that's fine. Like, we're down for that.
Yeah. And the part that it's interesting. So I think there's like a multi-layered issue that's happening for Twitch.
Is it onion?
It's yeah. If the onion is really, really bad, and each layer gets increasingly shittier than the last one.
It's like a parfait.
Yeah, sure. Like a disgusting parfait
With the nuts on top. Perfect.
That's from
with a kind of nut on top for sure. But
a very specific kind of nut.
Very specific kind of nut.
You don't usually eat it. Sorry.
We took this places.
No king shaming.
No, absolutely not. No
No
king
shaming.
shaming at all. At all.
King
But,
shaming. We're talking about a specific kind of nut.
If you want a parfait,
just
eating
a salty nut
is, I mean, you should, that's because of damage, and you don't want anybody to get hurt either.
You gotta roll it around your mouth with your tongue.
okay,
Get all the
see,
salt off.
I knew this was gonna go too far.
I
to
was
you, Bruno.
about to make a comment and then I stopped myself.
after Ludwig left and more large streamers started to leave once their contracts were up, Twitch started doing some weird stuff despite the fact that they were losing major streamers. The first thing they did is they announced plans to cut the amount of money that major streamers, major partners get from their subscriptions. So when you're a major partner, you get a larger than 50% mark from your subscriptions. They announced that they had intentions to change that to make it even again. So you get 50, they get 50. Additionally, they announced that they were going to switch additional focus towards ads. Play more ads, get more revenue. That was the plan. That was their idea. Well, there was already a growing issue, and still is, and these people absolutely piss me the fuck off, of major streamers essentially abusing their large following. Twitch is not friendly for news streamers in any capacity.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
And
Absolutely.
the old streamers that are there will straight up tell people, if they ask in their chat, I've seen even the nicer of those streamers. I've seen some at 1G literally be asked on stream, how do I get bigger on Twitch? And his response was, be here 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't try harder. It wasn't make better connections. It was, you missed the boat. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
you're not going to make it, because
It's not gonna
Twitch,
happen.
the way its algorithm works for its featured page, the way that Twitch works in general in its community, does not prop up small content creators. It specifically props up the biggest content creators to move the most amount of people onto one channel, to play the most amount of ads on that channel, to generate the most revenue humanly possible with the smallest amount of channels.
Well, and also back to the ads as well. You got well, it's not a recent thing, but certainly I've seen this a lot more recently than previously, which is all of a sudden I'm watching Twitch, especially sometimes through a different shell, because you'll go to a website that uses Twitch, and all of a sudden it says the players failed to load.
Yeah.
Click this to refresh it again, and it'll do that every 5 minutes or so, and lo and behold, I found out it's because an ad blocker is turned on.
Yep.
Whether it's playing an ad or not,
Yeah.
if it detects an ad blocker, it dumps the stream out and makes life miserable for you until you turn off the ad blocker.
Yeah, and ads on Twitch are very unfriendly in the sense that they're usually controlled in one of two ways. Either A, you truly, well, I guess three. If you want, you can strive to not have ads on your channel and just not enable anything. Tell your mods don't play ads. Play some ads at the beginning of your stream and then leave it alone for the rest of the day. Or the two ways I usually run is partners actually have access to auto ad. So they can go in to this add-on that's built into Twitch. They select what their target is for how many ads they want played over the course of their stream based on general channel analytics. and they run this program, and while they're streaming, it will do what it expects to reach your ad goal for the stream based on the information that you enter. There's a couple of problems with that. It's that it's not friendly for the viewer because it will just play ads whenever. So you can have ads played at a good time, or you can have ads played at a terrible time. So if you're not subscribed, you're in the middle of a climactic point in the game, and suddenly you're like, here's an ad. Congratulations, you don't see anything. But the ad block could be 2 ads, could be 4 ads, could be 6 ads, could be 8. Here's the worst thing that I've seen is a lot of these big streamers are so untouchable that what they'll do is they will actually purposely wait until there is going to be a moment everybody wants to watch the content, and they will just run a 12 ad block. One of my favorite streamers from a long time ago, his name is Lyric. I'll call him out. I don't care. I don't watch him anymore. I was watching his State of Play when Sony first announced Hogwarts Legacy. It's the first trailer they showed. He was the largest streamer for it. He had more viewers on his channel than Sony did.
Wow.
He played, the second the trailer came up, he played a 12 ad block that covered almost the entire trailer. And when it ended, he said, if you have a problem with it, subscribe.
Oh.
You know what I hate?
Dick move.
It's not even the ads. Like, sure, I get why ads are there. They're supposed to get revenue. It's supposed to help, whatever. But I have a huge problem with Twitch's ads because it's not a 5-second ad. It's a 30-second ad that you cannot skip. And to me, that's like super ridiculous. Like, you go to YouTube, there's like a 5-second video, and then you're starting the channel. And then maybe, if you watch a longer video, you can see it. Yeah.
But if your ad is good, if you're like, I will be honest, there are some ads I'm like, yeah, I'll finish watching this one. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, like 5 seconds. I'll let it sit for 5 seconds.
Yeah,
like,
but they're 30 seconds to like a minute long ads.
God,
it's really unfortunate because like,
killer.
When you think like Lyric as an entertainer is great, but also like it makes me wonder, like, is Lyric the core of the problem, or is it that the platform focuses so much on ad making your revenue that if he doesn't do this stuff, he doesn't really generate the money that he needs? Because like these streamers aren't streamers forever, which is another thing that I think of, right? Is a lot of these big streamers I don't think are going to be around much longer. Like Lyric's great, but will he be entertaining for like another 5 years? Will the people watching Twitch care? Will the new generation coming in care? Because
Back in my day.
Well, the thing is like, even in esports, which is a huge reason why people go to Twitch in the first place, is to watch the best of the best players.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these streamers are kind of washed up in the sense that I don't think Shroud has gotten necessarily way worse at playing shooters. He's still amazing, but the thing is they're 12-year-old, 13-year-old kids now where he'll go in a match and play against them and he'll be like, what the hell? This kid, this like preteen is like better than me at shooters. And like born, like pretty much comes out the womb with a controller in his hands or a mouse and keyboard and is like, that's
how it is.
So like,
it's funny. Like even my 2-year-old, man, like even like my 2-year-old, and we like are very advocate of like not using screen time. Like we're like, he doesn't have his own tablet, doesn't have stuff like that. He watches TV occasionally, but he really just plays. Like it's his thing. But like when he does have like a phone or a tablet, like we like, give it to him for a few minutes. He knows how to navigate that thing. He just like, he does this, he clicks this, he does this, he like changes the next thing. I'm like, how do you know all this stuff? Like, this is kind of wild. Like he's 2, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. But overall, essentially, like I know that Twitch just announced it's like rebranding to some degree. It's bringing out a lot of new functionality.
Yes.
It's like, they're bringing out some new ideas and stuff, and they're like, oh, we're gonna be more for the content creator. Well, like, I feel like it's too little, too late at this point. And also, like,
having fun.
You can put a new coat of paint on anything, but if the thing that you're painting is still a piece of shit on the inside,
it's like,
we used to say back in my way to take the joke from me.
You just stole her thunder.
Too slow.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's
mine
fine.
was going to be much more funny.
Yeah, no. Well, it's the whole thing is Twitch has been around for a while, and we know Twitch has been successful.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen Mixer come and go. We've seen now Facebook gaming come and go. And
What?
like literally YouTube is the only one that's really been able to compete. And it's only because YouTube has had a platform for so long doing their own thing that if they just added live, like, they don't care. Like, it's not going to make any difference to them. And then all it's going to do is pull in more people. So it's,
YouTube's monetization is also just so much easier.
Yeah. But I'm saying is basically like
side,
it's just the two left. So it's hard to try to compete with that.
YouTube really offers both. I mean, they've had a VOD platform forever. I mean, that's what they built on.
Yeah.
Whereas Twitch was, built on live, and VOD has not only always been secondary, but always is temporary as well. Where, eventually it goes away. Where, YouTube, when they've already got the VOD platform, that the stuff stays there pretty much indefinitely, and then they're adding live onto it, they're adding functionality where, Twitch hasn't added that level of functionality.
What's crazy to think about is actually the amount of servers and database that they have to store all of those videos
Oh my gosh.
through time. Like, because everything, if it's published, it's there, unless it's been taken down.
Yeah.
Like, it's there forever. So, like, where is that place? Like, that is, I'm sure.
Do you know where
secure.
it is? Oh my God. So, we drive through, South Carolina, North Carolina a lot for different family reasons. And they will buy huge pieces of land under, it's like what Disney did, under other names, and basically just build a fucking server farm. And then people find out after the fact. Yeah. And it's all like the infrastructure sometimes has to change completely. They've got to bring in tons and tons of power. Its backup is here. And its backup is there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But we drive by and we're like, oh, server farm. That's Google's. Like, and everybody knows it. So, yeah. And they're like, we're going to bring in jobs. No, we're going to bring in literally like 3 jobs because that's all it takes to run this whole fucking place.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how long it's going to take for YouTube to launch something similar to like Amazon Prime Gaming, where you get rewards somehow for watching their stuff, like consistent rewards. That's really the only reason I even go to Twitch anymore.
Yeah.
I go to Twitch specifically to claim free shit. That's it. Like, because really, what else is Twitch good for at this point? All the streamers on there look like they wish they were doing anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I totally get that. And that to me is, and that's kind of like why I don't really, I've never really been a big fan of just watching Twitch. Like, it's never really been a thing. But like, I don't know, he's just
escaped.
He's left the farm. But no, my thing is like, it's hard to watch those streams, like you said, with people that you don't necessarily feel like they're even being entertaining. But two, like, all of the content that they have nowadays to me is like not very great. Like, it was just, I get that there's more out there than just gaming, and the just chatting is whatever. I don't mind that. And there's some other
I love
niche
the just chatting. One of my very favorite mini makers is a streamer on Twitch.
Yeah,
and I subscribe.
But then you start adding in the content that's more like risque, right? And that's fine. I mean, that I don't have a problem necessarily with that. I have a problem with like kids having access to that, but that's a whole different conversation. But like the other thing that a lot of people complain about, and it's really about the banning and about how they choose who gets banned and who doesn't. Because like literally, and this is old news now, but there was a girl that was streaming live on Twitch, and she's literally getting railed from behind from her boyfriend or whoever the dude is behind her. And like, she's not making the greatest faces. Like, she obviously isn't enjoying it that much, but you can see him because he's in the reflection of the window. So like people are like in the chat going like, what the hell's going on right now? And he actually kind of, you could see his face for half a second in the video too. Like, he kind of shows up behind her.
That's not okay.
She gets like a 3-day ban, like 3 to 7 days, something like that.
That's it?
It was like,
that's fucking it.
Now there's another guy who was, he was a streamer that became friends with Pokimane and stuff like that. But he got banned for 30 days because he was talking about a topic that he was actually trying to make, he was actually making fun of Pokimane, but it was like it's his kind of his friend, like it was kind of a joke, but it was kind of a jab. But like they banned him like indefinitely, like permaban. But yet this girl who gets railed live on Twitch, they just ban her for a couple days. Like it's
That's not okay,
like,
man.
Like
There's
how
always
is
been
that?
a lot of controversy like that. Like there was a whole Alinity controversy where she was abusing her pets on stream, and she would get like 2-day bans.
Okay. She's
and then there was this one girl who she would do like cooking streams, and her dog got into something, and she like swatted her dog on the butt. I was like, "Don't do that." She was permanently banned from Twitch, but she was a much smaller streamer. So it was definitely like a favoritism thing, and people got really upset, and they like rallied for her, and they're like, "This is unacceptable. You need to unban this person. Like, you can't have this on Twitch, but then like ban this. It makes no sense." And they were like, "Yeah, well, we can do whatever we want. It's our platform."
Yeah. You're absolutely right. You can, and I can fucking leave your platform.
Which is essentially what's been happening. I don't think that any amount of rebranding or upgrades to Twitch are going to put it on a trajectory upward that's anything of significance.
Yeah.
I truly do feel, and this is where the opinion comes in, that Twitch is going to maintain a downward trend, especially since gaming has stagnated a little bit, which means that there's been an uptick in just
trying
chatting.
to do the same thing, you know?
But like, how long can people watch the same bored streamers do just chatting streams? Like, even a lot of the old video game streamers I used to watch who would do nothing but play video games, like Dark Souls speedrunners, like, you know, people who are really hardcore MMORPG players or first-person shooter players, they'll spend like 90% of their streams just chatting because they're like, I don't want to play anything anymore. Like, I'm burnt out. And when I play games, like, somebody has to play ads in the middle of it anyways, so like I'll just chat, and then like if my stream gets interrupted by a 10 ad block, whatever. What are you missing? Me talking about something? Also, the rise of gambling streams on Twitch, which is ridiculous. Like, it's everywhere. Like, gambling streams are like the cool thing to do now for a lot of streamers. XQC got a bunch of like negativity towards them for doing it. Trainwreck TV started doing gambling streams, and they're like ridiculous gambling streams too. Like, if you remember the Counter-Strike Go like whole like big shenanigan thing where like they're like, oh yeah, you know, you could gamble your weapons and stuff on these websites, and they were doing all these gambling streams for crates and weapons, and kids were like throwing all their money into losing their parents' money, and it turned out that it was all rigged. And Twitch was like, oh, all these people are getting banned because they're rigged, right? You can't be doing rigged gambling on this shit. But then now they're doing these gambling streams, and like somebody was like, okay, XQC and Trainwrecks are doing gambling streams, and they're gambling millions of dollars. And like, how are they still doing this? They don't make enough money off of Twitch to handle this. Like, oh, well, they're winning a lot of money. So a group of people were like, well, we're going to rewatch their VODs, and we're going to try and figure out exactly how much money they've won. And then when they tallied it up, it was like between the two of them over the course of X amount of months, they had lost like $500 million. And they're like, these streamers don't have $500 million to lose. They're gambling with fake money to convince you to spend real money, because you're not going to look at the numbers. You're just going to look at the big wins, and then they're going to pretend that everything's great and they're up a shit ton of money. But realistically, they've never gambled any real money away. So like, that's like a weird, like almost like an ecosystem, like a sub ecosystem within Twitch now that's just murkying the waters. I don't know. I kind of just hate the whole way that streaming is on the platform.
I mean, that's like, yeah,
terrible.
exactly. And it's even almost like, I've seen a video on YouTube that someone made. Basically, he kind of gambled on the stock market, essentially. He made like an API that the people in chat could actually use his money to like buy and sell stock. And it was just a real quick command kind of thing in the chat, and to see if they'd make money or not. And he said a set amount or whatever. But still, that's the thing. People love to gamble. People love to spend money, and they always love that RNG. That's why loot boxes and things are a thing, because people always want to know. I mean, it goes back to like even Pokemon cards and like baseball cards. Like, you buy a pack and you don't know what's inside, and that's why you buy it, because it's $5. But then you could get like this really great card that's worth a bunch of money. Like, it's
that you can sell on eBay.
That you can sell on eBay, or just keep it and I don't know, do whatever with it.
That's right. For those playing bingo at home, you just hit off the center square Mike's trigger word of gambling.
Anyway, wrap it up,
Which is
Bruno.
fun. I mean, I actually do enjoy listening to you talk about it because you've actually done a lot of research on it. So I appreciate that.
Yes.
In summary, I
Take her home, boy.
absolutely can't fucking stand the state of Twitch, the shit that's streamed on it. The majority of the people that are on that platform that are major streamers at this point. Not all of them, but most of them. And the fact that Amazon as a company turns everything they touch into hot garbage. Especially New World.
Don't say
Thank
Oh
you
my
for
God.
coming to my TED Talk.
The last time we did trivia on Twitch, we had problems, and we had a bunch of people that went over to YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true. That is 100% the case. And
So,
I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you did, because
I mean, basically, you know, obviously it's out there. You can use whatever platform you want to use. We use them all. Like that's
Yeah.
we streamed all of them, and we've actually
But do
had we do well to the ones that are worth it, I guess, at this
We
point.
shouldn't
But the two, and we've tried others, but it just didn't matter.
Yeah.
But like, you know, that's the whole thing. And if it ever got to the point where we could become an affiliate based on SaaS gaming, I don't know if we'll do it, just for the fact that, you know, we'd like to be able to publish and stream live on any platform, because it's better as a smaller group to kind of be that community. So it's to each
There's
his
really
own.
no point. You don't get much out of it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that takes our first half. Take a few minutes here, listen to a word from our sponsor, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. And
we're back.
Wait, do you have an echo? What just happened? I'm confused. Anyway, so thanks for checking out the first half. If you're still here, that's great. We're still here, so we're here to
If
entertain
you're not,
you.
it's because you hate me, which means that I hate you too.
That's fine.
Wait,
But-
you're not hearing this.
You hate everybody.
Shit.
So let's actually take a moment and go pay our respects to Kelly's Corner, because
Are we
Which one?
Let's do a Kelly's Corner. We haven't done a Kelly's Corner in a long time.
pay our respects? Or is this how
It's been a long time.
Is this?
This is it.
I wish I had a giant F button so fucking bad.
Fired. Fuck. All right. So
We'll start with that.
Fairies, specifically tooth fairies.
Fairies, love them or hate them. Fuck them.
And,
Too tiny.
So we really love them.
Too tiny.
or
That
really
depends
hate 'em.
on the
Maybe.
lore.
Or
Depends
really
on-
hate them.
Depends on the fairy. Yeah, we talking
Depends
like
on the fairy.
dryads? Are we talking like, you know?
Yeah, lots of different kinds of fairies out there.
There are. So, I'm specifically talking about the tooth fairies today because I have kids who are of tooth-bearing age. That's probably not the right term, but I thought it was
Tooth-bearing age.
You can't
hysterical.
use that terminology. Somebody's gonna try and ban teeth.
Oh my god, are we gonna get banned from Twitch?
Tooth
Oh
fairy.
no!
Oh my.
No, what are we gonna do?
Oh
Are we gonna support our
my.
lives?
This country's
So-
getting out of hand. The right to bear arms, and now the right to bear teeth. Fuck.
Now, if those tooth fairies have anything to say about it,
Oh man.
True story.
I didn't have that on my 2023 bingo list.
no one did.
We'll add it. So my kids have been losing their teeth for a little bit now, and they've been asking a lot of questions, and these questions have caused me to ask more questions, like, where the fuck did this bitch come from? And why do I have to give my kids fucking money for this shit? So
That's a good
if
point.
you are not a parent and have forgotten all of your childhood, kids, as they lose their teeth, tradition states that they take their tooth and they put their tooth under their pillow, and then the poor parents have to rummage the fuck around and find the goddamn tooth and then replace it with money.
So you're telling me it's
Without
going to
waking the
exponentially
child.
get worse,
Yes, without waking up the
like,
child.
because like right now it's just about going pee pee in the potty and he gets
Mhm.
a cookie.
Yeah.
Now you're telling
Oh,
me
yeah.
he's going to lose a tooth, and I have to put money under his pillow.
Yes.
Oh, and you
hard
That's
better
the
account for
expectation.
inflation,
Cash.
by the way.
Oh, yes, you do. So I was like, well, let's back up. Where did this all start? So I did a little bit of research.
I'll build a time machine and go kill this.
Yeah, except I'd be killing my ancestors, and that's not a cool thing. So, couple of different places. There was so the Scandinavian warriors apparently thought that children's teeth were good luck. Dwayne Johnson.
Not exactly the
Dwayne
tooth
Johnson,
fairy.
yeah.
Even though I
So
would
Bruno,
like that,
if
it'd
you
be
can,
cool.
you got your own tooth fairy, so just put wings on them, you'll be fine. Yeah. So Scandinavian warriors used to think that teeth were, specifically children's teeth, were good luck. So kids would give their teeth to the warriors, and they would actually make necklaces out of them, among other things. But that was just one of the things. So that may be where some of this originated. Others believed that if you did not get rid of your teeth, that you'd be searching for them in the afterlife, which to me is super crazy. Like, not really sure where the connection was made there, but okay. There was also a story in France.
I mean,
where
prove it.
Exactly.
That's what they say. Is like, prove I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's
You
a lot
know,
of things
you're
like
not gonna
that.
be looking for
One
your
of the
teeth.
things my brain automatically jumps to is that Scandinavian warriors were always seen as like some of the most terrifying individuals.
Yes.
And it was always noted that it was like, oh, they were just so good at combat and very efficient warriors. But now I'm thinking, how many of these people heard about this clan of warriors who ran around wearing children's teeth, which,
children's teeth.
if you don't know where they came from, you would probably
Kind
assume
of disturbing.
the worst.
That's true. That is a very
Like,
good point.
If I lived in a country and a bunch of guys showed up wearing necklaces made of children's teeth and they started brutally murdering everyone, I would be like, they probably killed thousands of children before they came here. I
Yes.
don't want to mess with them.
And instead, they were like,
Or the opposite.
just wiggle it. It's going to be fine. Oh, you're going to be giving us good luck. Oh my gosh, you're going to be giving us good luck. My ancestors are more amazing than I think. Every day I am reminded of how amazing my ancestry is. Let's just go ahead and forget about the bad parts. So,
Let's forget about the bad parts.
We'll
said every white person everywhere.
Yeah, no, I'm specifically
Oh, and
speaking
other-
of my Scandinavian ancestors, but
Oh, no,
I could
no,
do a whole
I know you were.
podcast on
I'm just
that,
saying
yeah.
that this is a familiar
Oh, yeah.
refrain.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Said some other races too, not just white people say that.
Yes,
I'll say I'm like
that's
totally
true.
lost. Like I don't know what's going on anymore.
Wait, are we talking about, like, are we
the
saying that
bad people know.
Scandinavians are totally in the clear? Because, like,
No, that's what I'm saying.
No,
I'm saying
it's opposite.
I'm gonna no. I was gonna put those to the side for a second.
perfect.
We
Okay,
can
good.
we can come back to a whole Kelly's Corner episode or 6 and talk about all the shitty shit.
Listen,
that
Vikings
my
are
Scandinavian
cool.
ancestors
Nothing they did was wrong because video games with them are awesome.
did.
yeah. Played Valheim.
We'll leave it. We'll leave it right there,
Hey.
and we'll pause.
Hey, God of
Yes.
War Ragnarok coming soon to a console near you.
Yes, it'll be your soon.
What?
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Brian has put up some lovely, creepy.
Is it creepy, though?
toothless- It is creepy. Oh yeah, that's totally creepy. It's got rotten teeth and like broken teeth and eating teeth and holding a tooth. That
Clearly, it needs
that
to.
instrument. That instrument is definitely like current.
No
Teeth pulling
kink shaming.
equipment. Definitely no kink shaming. But so there
I love
was
how she
an
focuses on the instrument.
yes. So forgive me, but my nephew is in Spain and it is 7 hours difference. So I couldn't ask him, hey, how do I pronounce this book? But I'm going to give it my best shot.
Oh, you can
Or
ask me. I can probably
story.
help you.
Oh, La Bonne Petite Souris. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So it's
a little more
story.
enunciation on the E, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Souris. Mike doesn't know any French. So it's a story about this queen. She's really sweet, really good. Her, people love her. She gets imprisoned by this awful king and needs to get the fuck out. Well, she enlists this mouse and come to find out that this mouse isn't just a mouse. It's actually a fairy. And the fairy helps to get her out, kicks out all the bad king's teeth, takes the bad king's teeth, puts his teeth under his pillow, and then assassinates him. Well, the mouse doesn't assassinate. The fairy doesn't assassinate him. The fairy finds a way to get, without ruining the story, get the king assassinated. It turns out very similar to like every single fairy tale, like Grimm's fairy tale. Technically it was a Grimm's fairy tale, but so that may be part of where it originated from. Mice. What's the plural? Or what's the possession of mice? Mice's teeth. Mice's. Okay, not Mises. Mises teeth. No, that's
it's mice's teeth.
Yeah. So mice's teeth have been thought to be like a sign of good health because their teeth are constantly growing. They technically never lose their teeth. So people have attributed that to like good health. And so teeth are like, oh, let's give our teeth to mice. So that was another thing that happened. And then giving kids money for their teeth sort of evolved from possibly all of that. And it wasn't Good Housekeeping. It was another magazine where mothers were encouraged to encourage their kids to give them their teeth and then give them money or some sort of toy or, some sort of gift. So ultimately, this is where it sort of ended up for us. How kids have been providing these teeth and where they put them, like it was saying at the beginning of the segment, underneath the pillow. But that's like a pain in the ass. And I kind of panicked a little bit when I felt that my kids' teeth were getting a little loose. I was like, oh my gosh. And one of my kids said, oh yeah, our camp counselor or whatever she was, she told us that you put your tooth in a glass of water and the tooth fairy dives in and whatever color dress the tooth fairy is wearing is the color of water. And I was like, that's genius.
That's great counselor.
Genius. Yes. I was like, so I don't have to put it in a under their pillow. I can just, sorry to ruin this for you guys, but you just stick your hand in the water. There is no tooth fairy.
I'm sorry, honey. The tooth fairy's dress today was colored like mommy's vodka.
I have two questions.
Yes.
Regarding this, because this is a pretty sensitive topic, right?
Yes.
The first one is...
let me just say real quick before you get into that, like this whole putting the tooth in a glass is not just a camp counselor one-off thing. Like It was said that like this is a very common, as far as I know, Southern thing, but the water doesn't always turn the color, but there is always like a coin or a dollar or some gift left behind. And go.
So first question, I'm Mike Rodriguez from SAS Gaming.
Nice to meet you, Mike. Thanks for asking your question. Thanks for holding up your hand.
Any tips for parents out there that have to deal with the tooth fairy in the future? Like, do you let them in the front door? How does that work?
So, the tooth fairy, for your information, is very, very small. And every family's tooth fairy is different. And every family's tooth fairy does things differently. So if your tooth fairy finds a way into your home and finds the tooth under the pillow, that's what your family's tooth fairy does. So it's okay. Now, the question that you're going to get asked, which I got asked, is what does the tooth fairy do with these teeth?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but I was thinking to ask that as a second question.
Obviously, the tooth fairy uses them to be the greatest warrior ever.
I was gonna say you should
In
you
an
should just make a
an
necklace.
armored suit made of teeth. No, a whole armored suit made of teeth. They're like it's like tooth chainmail.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Like I would say,
Your
like the next day you're just
soul.
wearing that, and your kids are like, "Mommy, what is that?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"What? What is what? This is just my necklace that I bought."
Now I'm just picturing a terrifying monster with
I do have a
tooth
backup for
chainmail, and like it's
Yeah.
all held together with dental floss.
Oh my god!
Dental
this
floss.
guy
Oh my god, that's amazing.
is the opposite of what needs to
Love
happen.
this. So
I need to get
The-
Savannah to draw that now. Sorry.
oh my god. Please. If I can commission this, you just let me know how much. So the tooth
Oh, man.
fairy, the research that I have done, legit research online, what does the tooth fairy do with all these teeth? The tooth fairy is building her castle and she needs teeth. And teeth are very, very strong. Her castle is a very, very strong structure. This
What do
castle,
they go for on eBay? Is that like a?
So funny you should ask that. The only information I have is from like 2013 when
Oh my
Visa
God.
of all people did, or all companies did some research on it. Let's see. On average, in 2013, the Visa survey said that children received $3.70 per tooth.
wow. Going rate.
3% of children found $1 or less, and 8% of children found $5 or more under their pillow.
Ballin'.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
That's
said
almost
inflation,
like
so-
a couple of video games these days.
I know.
Yeah,
Once you lose
that's
enough
true.
teeth.
With inflation, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, if you're on Steam,
Don't
for the
be
sales.
like somebody I know who was like, oh, I will tie a ribbon around these dollars that Tooth Fairy's family provided, and then run out of ribbon because they were like, oh, I wonder what color ribbon the Tooth Fairy is going to bring me next time. And I was like, my friend said, I don't know. And then that friend said, oh, I'll just make origami. Like, that'll be super cute. I don't have to worry about ribbon. Bad idea. Bad idea. And then
That sounds
sometimes
terrible.
Do not
sometimes your
escalate
kids-
this. Keep it
No.
simple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep it as
simple
simple as
sounds good.
possible. Ooh, God.
They-
And
Those
also,
little fuckers have a lot of teeth to give up over the time frame here, so you need to
Yes.
you need to think from the long haul.
yeah, and also bring food coloring with you on vacations.
That's a good point. I like that one.
Yeah.
Or blue Sirocco.
Yeah.
You said the Tooth Fairy has a
Curacao.
castle?
Yes.
It's
Like a whole
Curacao.
castle?
Apparently.
Sirocco.
It's
Curacao.
Curacao. I talked to
Yeah.
them on the island. I've talked to the people that live there.
Is it made
they
out of
told me.
teeth? Is the castle
It's
made out of
Curacao.
teeth?
The
I'm very
castle
invested in
is
this
made
castle.
of teeth. The castle
like-
is made of teeth.
In that case, if I were to siege
Mm-hmm.
said castle, once I break through the enamel, the castle's now irreparable, right?
Oh, completely. But that's a very
Perfect.
difficult thing to do because
Soda
enamel is the
cannons.
hardest,
Soda
the
cannons.
hardest
Just soda
substance in the
cannons.
human body.
It's fine.
So
Red Bull. Just I'm
That's
gonna
why.
fire Red Bull cannons at it. We'll be through that thing in a week.
Oh my god.
So Bruno, let's not bring this up when we talk to my kids.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
anyways, Bruno besieged the Tooth Fairy's castle with Red Bull.
So, but I did want to ask. So, when you guys were kids, what was your Tooth Fairy experience, and when did you stop believing in the Tooth Fairy?
I don't remember when I stopped. It's probably around the same time from other things, but I want to say I got like $1.
Okay.
I want to say that, but
I was never afforded the Tooth Fairy in my childhood. But I didn't really get a childhood, so it's cool.
oh man,
Bruno,
I lived in a weird area. The Tooth Fairy couldn't come there. It wasn't exactly safe.
So yeah. Canadian tooth fairies are stingy.
It's hard
is
north
what
of the
I'm
wall.
hearing. Yeah.
I don't know if the Tooth Fairy that we had was Canadian. I'm pretty sure it was Portuguese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I mean,
cool
that's kinda
though,
close to
really.
France.
At this point, that Tooth Fairy owes me interest on those teeth,
Ooh.
so I intend to collect. Hence the Red Bull cannons.
Absolutely. Just leave our tooth fairy alone if that's okay.
Right, your Tooth Fairy's fine, so long as she doesn't try and help out.
Oh yeah, she won't. She
Right?
totally won't. Oh,
No help.
No.
I'll bring extra cannons. I don't care.
She does not believe in stealing. She does not believe in all. No.
So Raid anti-wasp, especially the long throw spray, works great against fairies.
sweet.
Yeah. Brian,
This
what about your
podcast
tooth
is not
fairy?
about Twitch. It's actually how to kill a fairy.
I only recall one time.
Really?
But then again, there's huge blocks of my childhood that's like gone. I don't know why.
Oh God, I was wondering if he was going to say he only lost one tooth as a child, and like all he has is baby
No,
teeth.
I do vividly remember this.
He has like one regular tooth, and all the
massive-
rest are small.
No, there's massive fascination with people around the time. They're like, "Oh my God, the tooth is loose, so we've got to pull it." And I'm like, "Leave it the hell alone.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's like it's not ready to come out." But my sister's mom was at work. My sisters were like, trying to pull my loose tooth. Probably because they thought they were going to abscond and make their own tooth fairy money.
Yeah.
That's likely the cause. Yeah.
Yes.
Savage.
likely.
Wow.
I don't know. But do
Would've been a good
recall
way to
that
make
they
money
were
at
like
school.
trying to pull it out. And as they're pulling it out, I'm going, row. And they're like, what? Does it hurt? I'm like, no, it doesn't hurt. There's a big roach right over there. Which there was. And that then caught their attention where they put it in a box and sprayed it with hairspray, thinking, which kind of worked.
It does, yeah. I've used hairspray to disable roaches many times.
I'll use whatever's in my hand.
Savannah's spray that she uses for like her crazy vintage hairdos, man, like fucking one spray of that, and they're like, oh man.
Like with the flamethrower, right? Like with the lighter.
No, literally just like,
No, it just
and they're just
cements
like,
them up.
oh man, my limbs don't move anymore, and that's it.
Yeah, they
Life's
can't move.
over. Yeah.
They thought it would melt
pretty
it,
amazing.
which was actually kind of funny. But
Dude, that stuff is like industrial strength adhesive.
Here we are. We're banned
It is.
again for insect
We're not on Twitch.
cruelty.
I just
no
talked
one
about
cares about.
launching an attack on a fairy castle, and then Brian was like, just spray them with Raid, and you're worried about us talking about hairspraying a roach?
Here we are.
Unless
On that
Howard-
note, let's move on because this
What
is
other mythological creatures can we think of creative ways to
I
murder?
mean,
No, speaking of off
Three
topic,
gnomes in a trench coat.
depending on the game. Speaking off topic, there's some Vidya games that we haven't played because they're not released yet.
Game.
And well, I guess there is one game that we have played, but the rest of these are kind of like we wanted to play. So let's talk about them.
Are we though?
I mean,
I
kind
missed
of.
the emphasis. Less Vidya, more games.
Do we play games here?
Oh wait,
Sometimes.
I'm confused.
I
So
think there's only one game. Oh well, there's
Kelly,
Yes,
you have a game that you played.
I did. So I
Maybe.
see that somebody corrected the lowercase t on this game, but that was not accurate because it is lowercase t. The Hunter Call of the Wild.
Oh, that may
I
have been me.
did get the opportunity to play with two other friends, one who was Mike and the other who was his partner. And his partner is an actual hunter and is really, really good at this game.
I wouldn't say she's a hunter. I would just say that she has hunted.
Okay.
Tracker.
Okay.
She thought
no, you're right.
she
you're
was
right.
told as a young child that she had Native American blood in her, and she was very good at tracking. for some reason. She was very
And
good
she
at it.
is.
So many.
Fast
people have been
forward
told that.
to the 2000s, she has no Native American blood in her because we've done the test, but she's nevertheless a great tracker.
Still a great tracker.
Again, things that white parents tell their white children all the time. I have been told I have American blood, American Indian blood in me.
Yeah.
In
I think
theory,
I might have
maybe.
Native American blood in me. I'm a great tracker. Just slap an air tag.
I actually
on
do have
something.
Native American blood in
Ooh.
me, but it's from
Find 'em
Central
anywhere.
America.
As long as you're like 30 feet away, right, Bruno?
Yeah, Central America.
Yeah. So it I had a really good time. It is a slower game because it's like you're actually hunting.
Yeah, it's a simulation for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
And it was a lot of fun. And like, don't run. Like, you're making too much noise and the other animals can hear you and then they freaking run away. Or using like the different like bird calls and dying bunny calls and stuff like that. That was actually a lot of fun too. Yeah. Or I'm a deer in heat. Come get me. That's not the way it sounds, but you know what I'm saying.
but it's so great because, like,
That's just
as
so
you
sad.
play,
you just get a buck wild, literally buck wild and excited. And
Literally
he's
buck
coming
wild.
along looking for that female doe, and like,
Mhm.
bam!
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's fun.
it was a lot of fun. We got to this like meadow area where we were tracking a couple of deer, and one specifically ran up to my friend and she's like, "Oh, fucking deer hit me." I was like, "Fucking bitch deer," and here I am and trying. We're tracking the same deer, and we're too good. And then I get fucking plowed over by the fucking deer and killed by the fucking deer.
And this is a game that you don't necessarily get. Like, they have the death mechanic in the game because, like, there's also like ATVs, and in the later DLCs they introduce like lions and things that are aggressive. But like, typically, like, this is not a game you die in. This is
Doesn't
not
the
like
OG
meant.
game have
No.
bears in it too?
Yeah, there are bears. There are some bears. Yeah,
There are.
So,
but it's,
I guess
it's
my-
not something.
I
That
do,
you
I do have a
typically
question
die
about
from.
the game. Can you hunt fairies in it?
I haven't
We did
found
not
one
download
yet.
that DLC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does
there
it
could
have-
be a DLC.
There
Sick.
could-
Does it have
They-
Steam Workshop?
You know, I haven't actually checked. I don't know. They have a lot of
That's a good
DLC,
question.
and even the game itself has a lot of add-ons. Where you can like, so as you level up your skills based on weapons you're using and such, like you can actually unlock different like calls and stuff like you were saying. So like, not just have like a thing that makes noise. You actually can have like two antlers to like make the sound of like bucks fighting to like entice bucks to show up. But yeah, there's a lot of different things like that. Plus, like, you know, attachments for your guns and different guns, scopes and ammo and all that stuff.
I would like to make a point of saying that I could have shot the deer and the deer ran away. And then the fucking deer killed me. Fucking killed me. My very first.
You should have shot him.
I should have shot the deer.
I mean,
So you're a terrible hunter. Gotcha.
Very clear. Very clear.
Just
But you're great at
sympathetic
being
hunter.
hunted, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
Nature can be
See?
vicious.
Small
If I get-
victories.
If I can get points for that,
Yeah.
that's probably.
I feel
different
like-
thing, though.
Probably getting killed in that game is harder than actually doing the hunting.
And
So,
I guess,
like,
and that's kind of what I was getting at. Is it kind of is because it's not meant for you to die. Like if you jump off a tall watchtower, like yeah, you should die because like you're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that.
like if this
But,
was
like-
like a speed run any percent, you'd probably have something close to the world record.
I mean, kind of, yeah. From
Yeah.
getting killed by the
See?
wilds.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I didn't deserve that. Fuck that
Oh,
deer.
man.
I'm coming after it.
Anyway, cool game. You can check it out. It's actually on Game Pass. I think included on Game Pass right now, part of the subscription.
Yeah.
On Steam, I think it's still like roughly 25 or $30. And the DLCs are all individually or priced out separately, so you'll have to.
And it's
do
not
that.
a new game. It's from like 2017.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
been
old.
out for a minute.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say, if you do pick up any DLC for this game, if you buy the base game and want a DLC, I highly suggest the ATV DLC because that changes the game completely from you just walking to like literally having something to like ride
And
across
running the
map.
fucking deer over that are coming at you.
You can do that too.
You have
Fucking-
some
Oh,
nice
man.
not repressed anger over these deer.
Yeah,
So
I was like,
I know that today specifically, which today is the 13th of September, which typically we don't say that now, but whatever. Nintendo Direct and also Sony's State of Play was announced, and they had a bunch of different games released and different trailers shown, and we want to cover some of those. So I can go first, or if you guys want to, who's up? Who wants to go first?
I actually have some, but I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, obviously we know what I'm interested in, which was
The
the
worst
Zelda
game,
trailer.
obviously. Yeah.
Shut up. The
Breath
Zelda
of the
trailer.
Wild 2.
It's not Breath of the Wild 2. So that is actually a good
it's
point.
Breath of the
What I
Wild
said.
too.
It's actually a good point you say that. So
enlighten us, mate.
so it's only like a minute trailer. It's not very long, but it does look like Breath of the Wild. It's the same art style. It's the same everything. If you didn't tell me that it wasn't Breath of the Wild 2, I would, or if you did tell me that, I would just believe you. But that was one of the points that I noticed about this trailer is that so it's Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, which starts off with like Link basically on this like huge platform, and he takes a huge dive from the clouds and like kind of falls down free fall, lands on this like Guardian-esque style like crazy looking hoverboard thing.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of like zips down, but yeah, that's a good point because like looking at the game and even the world at the bottom that you see as you fall looks very much like the Hyrule from Breath of the Wild. So, and the artwork and his outfit, everything screams Breath of the Wild. But they didn't say that. Like it wasn't titled Breath of the Wild 2. It wasn't like it was just Tears of the Kingdom, new game. But yet everything was very similar. So that was kind of odd.
Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Kind of odd.
Overwatch 2. Yes, there's a different thing that comes after Overwatch, but it's the same game.
Yeah.
They just release more content for it.
Yeah, so that's basically it. But I mean, like I said, they didn't really show a whole lot of the trailers, so I can't really say, do I like it or not. But I think some of the point with that is they kind of want to try to spin it in a way that it's not. So don't go into this thinking it's Breath of the Wild 2, because it's not. But at the same time, it definitely looks like it. And I'm kind of reserved about this because I was not a fan of Skyward Sword. I did not really like Skyward Sword. I actually didn't even hardly play the game. I played it for like probably an hour and was like, I'm done with this.
Anybody else think it's a little on the nose that they released Tears of the Kingdom's trailer right as the kingdom is crying because their queen died? I mean, come on. Let's be serious here. Come on, Nintendo.
Like literally they did not broadcast the Direct in the UK.
Well, with a name like that, I mean, come on.
Well, specifically because they were being respectful of the morning.
Yeah.
That's
So
why you actually showed the trailer to distract everybody.
As
Oh
a
my
Canadian, how do you feel about that, Bruno?
I was going to ask that question, but
Well, I suppose now all of our money has to change, so that's a thing.
that's very true.
I don't know.
I mean, why not? Why?
just
We have
like-
dead presidents all over our money. Like,
It's like
have a dead monarch all over yours.
I think there's like I don't know. I guess there's just so much emphasis on it, but I think it's like the death of an idea versus anything else. People are like, oh my gosh, like it's like a piece of our culture just died.
Yeah. It's also a very different idea depending on who you are and where you are in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
If you are in Ireland,
Yeah.
Different
I don't know.
story.
I feel like
Or
it's kind of like
several
when any
African
famous
nations.
person
Australia.
dies, and it has like the famous person has a bunch of fans that are like really into them. Like when Michael Jackson died, or like David
it's a
David
good-
Bowie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and hey,
Australia-
listen, David
Australia
Bowie
would be
may
pissed.
as well have been the king because
That's what I mean,
everybody
right?
lost
Like I
something.
don't know.
Everybody,
Oh, okay.
every culture
So-
lost. Oh, David
So
Bowie.
side rail.
This is
Apparently
way off
there's-
topic.
There's an NFT.
What are you talking about?
I'm
Tears of the
okay with
Kingdom. What are you talking about?
These are the kingdom's tears.
There's an NFT that is coming out.
I'm sorry. Did Brian just say he's on NFTs now? Like what the hell?
That
Like
is
we
re-
went
that
we went
is-
way off topic.
No, this is very much on topic.
We're going back a few podcasts. Shut up, Mike.
That is definitely related. That is David Bowie adjacent, or like related. It's like
Okay.
an NFT of David Bowie things that celebrities can purchase, and it either goes to like a charity that he wanted or something like that, right? And they said, "Oh, we're going to put this on pause because of the Queen's death and everything." And the funny thing is everybody's like, David Bowie wouldn't want this anyway, and oh my god, blah blah. And people are like, y'all forgetting that David Bowie actually pioneered some of this shit, and he sold what was called Bowie bonds. And the Bowie bonds,
oh my god,
literally were tied to how much his releases made, to how much they returned. So people like, he legit did stuff like this. So this is right up his alley.
Yep.
All right, back to Nintendo Direct.
Oh, who cares?
I'm sorry, Nintendo what?
Yeah. So anyway, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm interested to see how it comes out. It does look very much like Breath of the Wild 2, but we'll see.
It is.
I'm not upset with Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was great. I just hope they don't run it.
You should want it to be Breath of the Wild too.
I just hope they don't.
The formula is there. The formula works.
Yeah,
decent
it's
story, same gameplay. Don't mess it up.
Yeah, but literally don't mess it up. So that's my piece.
Yeah.
Or else also the Kirby's All Star, I think revamped or something they called it. Looked also pretty fun.
So also very cool was Sony did a state of play.
That was hot.
Very cool.
It was very hot. I mean, they did show some stuff for the new God of War, which apparently one of the voice actors is Toby from some show on TV, maybe West Wing or something. I don't know, something. Probably not West Wing. But God of War did look good. But really what caught my eye was they had this action-ish role-playing game called Ishin, which was all based around samurai, like late 1800s samurai. Except the full title of the game was Like a Dragon, Ishin. It legit has some of the same characters as Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
like ripped the same character, like it's from the same publisher and everything.
That's probably intentional.
And no, it's very intentional, and it has some of the same sense of humor and some of the same. So
okay,
I'm very curious about this, especially since it is samurai. They do have swords, but they also have like literally revolvers as well. And at one point, the trailer shows the guy slicing a bullet in half before he slices his opponent in half. So
okay, I'll watch that.
I'm pretty excited, and that's coming out next year. Not February. I think it's a little bit after February, but oh no, I don't know. Oh yeah, they said February 2023.
Yeah,
so
see, for me,
not that far off.
It was definitely my second most hype one was God of War Ragnarok, because I played the crap out of God of War, and man, in that trailer, there's a point where his axe collides with Thor's hammer, and I was like, just fucking give me the game right now. But
give it to me, put it in my hand.
There is one company, one developer, they go by Team Ninja, and they created the OG Japan Souls. They created Neo.
Team Ninja? Are you really bringing this up right now? Are we talking about? You mean like Dead or Alive Team Ninja, the one who makes like all of the bouncing boobs for like all of the games ever, like Team Ninja?
I don't know if they did that. Team Ninja
They
made
did.
Neo though, and they made
Team
Neo
Ninja
2.
definitely made Dead or Alive, because that was an inside joke for me and
That
my
sounds
brother
right.
for the longest time. But yeah,
Actually,
Team
look
Ninja.
at
That's
that.
actually, now that you guys know, you're in the know now. That is
Yes,
an
you're
inside
right.
joke.
Yes.
For most of the time we see women
Okay.
with big boobs, we always say
Yes.
Team Ninja.
Well, here's the thing.
And he's just like, yeah.
Team Ninja, in my opinion, is the only company to make a Souls-like game that is better than Souls games. They made Neo, which was an amazing Soulsborne-esque game, and then they made Neo 2, which was a ridiculous improvement upon the first one, and it is my favorite Souls-like game, one of my favorite games of all time. And they announced today that in 2024 they are making the Elden Ring version of Neo, which is called Rise of the Ronin, and it looks like the love child of Ghosts of Tsushima and Neo 2. I'm so excited.
It sounds like it.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna play Ragnarok until my eyes bleed, and then I'm going to put myself into a coma for 2 years, wake up in 2024, and start playing Rise of the Ronin, and then immediately enter another medically induced coma until the next game comes out.
I would, as your friend, I think that's
Right,
medically
shit, my bad.
unnecessary.
America, so that'd be really expensive. I forgot, Canadian,
That
as we
too.
discussed.
Yes,
It would have been
yes.
free in Canada. It's really
yes.
expensive here.
Yeah, not here,
Yes.
dude.
All right, I guess I'll
Sorry.
just have to suffer the entire time.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'll just spend my time not watching Twitch.
and on this podcast with us.
Yeah.
Well, that was sick. He just stabbed him with a bladed, and I think it had like I think it was almost a rifle too.
Oh yeah, there's rifles in Neo.
Right here, stabs him, and then shot him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, No,
That's
They
Rise of the
make
Ronin.
bayonet style.
such a good company at making games recently. I mean, I don't know, Dead or Alive, whatever. I don't care. But the Neo 2, Rise of the Ronin.
I'm just excited to hear that they're still relevant. Like, it's hilarious.
If Rise of the Ronin, if the Rise of the Ronin fails, it'll be like worse than Cyberpunk 2077 for me.
Yeah.
Wolf.
So I talked about my current favorite game, Dark, and the creators of Dark, Unfold Games, have teamed up with some other creators to create. Have we created enough? Another game called Bloody Hell Hotel. It looks very VR-ish. It is not going to be VR supported, but it looks cool as shit. Different mechanisms.
Wait a minute. Is this Oh my god.
What?
So we're watching video footage of the
We're
trailer,
watching
but
video footage of it, yes.
It literally looks like something I would play, except it's haunted.
Yeah.
It's super fucking cool. Yeah. So it's a haunted hotel, and you have to find a way to like keep your people happy and maybe don't kill all of them. There's this kill some of them for sure. Vampires are involved. It looks really fucking cool.
This looks kind of fun, yeah.
It looks
I
like
will
a
play it.
blasty blast. Yeah. I cannot wait for this game to come out. Like I said, Unfold Games hasn't steered me wrong yet, and they have been very excited about introducing this game. So please,
I do want to point out
Unfold
that
Games.
if you go to wishlist it on something like Steam or something like that, again, it's Bloody Hell Hotel. Planned release date when it's bloody awesome.
Yes. So they do not even
Nice.
have a TBD. It is TBD. Like they have not put out any release.
Maybe they pull a No Man's Sky and like a No Man's Sky update, not release, and they just go like, "Hey, by the way, guys, here's the information on the game. It releases tomorrow,
That would be amazing.
Halloween,
It's not even
2023."
Open
That would be incredible.
beta or anything like that right now. It's
No,
not
there's
early
nothing, and
access.
they're actually not even going to have an open beta they have said that we're going to take suggestions from our Discord, which you can join, which I have clearly already joined, and tell them what you like, what you don't like,
Gotcha.
suggestions for
I'm gonna make
characters,
like
stuff like that.
50,000
but-
accounts.
Yeah.
All join the Discord, and I'm just going to spam them with whatever Kelly tells me to.
Yes. Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't heard about that one, so I'm actually. It seems funner than it would be scary, so I think, or more fun. I guess,
More
but
fun. I was
think I'd be down
not
for
going to
that.
correct you, but thank you for correcting yourself. And
It's kind of one of those like things you just say because it just makes sense, but not
Funner.
politically correct. Yeah.
Funnest.
It's like saying
All right.
the M word.
I mean, I
Kinda
knew
like
it was
when
wrong,
they call
but
it
I'm
Legend
just,
of Zelda:
it's
Tears of the
seemed-
Kingdom instead
Oh
of
my
Legend of
God.
Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh my
It's like
God, this guy.
Moldy.
Somebody launched this guy off a
That's the word I
bridge.
was talking about now.
So, Brian, I think you had something.
Yeah. So I played a non-video game.
Wait, you actually played this already?
Yes.
Because it's a single
Oh.
player game too. Oh, I'm sorry. Running.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
So
Sorry, Brian.
there's Apocrypha,
Spoiler alert!
which is
How do you say it again?
Box
Sorry.
won the world. Apocrypha.
Apocrypha.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Apocrypha.
It's a real world. It's a real word. They actually were going to call it Saints originally. You play as Saints. The packaging is just amazing.
Oh, that is
dividers?
beautiful packaging. Oh yeah.
Because like this comes. Boy, you open this thing up. It is so intimidating. It comes with nearly 500 cards. And it even kind of has like an expansion deck in it called, which is not even part of the 480 some odd cards of the original one, which is like this thing right here. Nice art, really fun, interesting game because the concept is you are able to see supernatural things. And most importantly, the supernatural things, especially if you're like Dr. Z's unlicensed necrosurgeon, unlicensed necrosurgeon,
Specifically unlicensed.
yeah. And you have different cards that allow you to do different things.
That's so
And
good.
the art's
I love
really
the
nice.
artwork.
But the idea is, you can see the supernatural, and there's a supernatural apocalypse coming, and you and the other saints are the only ones that can see this and stop it from happening.
Okay.
And you can play this single player. You can play this up to 6 players. You can play this with 6 players and a guide, which is kind of like a DM, but you don't need a guide to play through it. It's got just this massive rule book and even this like very dense storybook that goes through all the different things that you're going through, talks about the different scenarios, what's going on, different chapters. This is box 1. There's 2 other boxes after it. There's story and even clips on the cards and everything have been written by some professional writers. Patrick Rothfuss.
That's really cool.
And I don't have a card handy to say the other one. It's Matt Forbeck. So with memories by Matt Forbeck and Patrick Rothfuss. So it's. I opened it up. It was super intimidating with all these cards, and I kind of broke it open one pack and looked at these cards and kind of looked at this giant rule book, and I closed it back up.
I'm like, for a later date.
And it sat there for a year.
Okay.
Dang.
And then finally I was like, I specifically got this because it was single player. It's cooperative. My partner thinks co-op is a 4-letter word. She's correct. So there was no way she was ever going to play it. And that's why I purchased this, because I could play by myself.
Yeah.
As opposed to other times I play with myself. That's a different story.
Different than that. Yeah.
Different
story.
the point is that it was just so intimidating. And then I like pulled out this one deck, and this one deck sealed, and it says, start here first. It says, open this deck first. Do not shuffle it. Go to this website. I was like, okay, open it. Went to the website, and they said, all the cards in your hands, don't shuffle them. They're in exactly the order we want them to be. This is how you set up the game. Flip over this card, put it here. Flip this card, put it here. That's what this card's the mission. This card's structure. These next sets of cards are all your locations. You're going to have this location called the Nexus, followed by X number of cards. Put them in there, put them there, put them there, put them there. Everything was in order right through this thing. Here's your different people. This person has 8 cards. This person has 15 cards. And it's like, do. And it literally set you up with this tutorial game, to which then they went along in the video with 4 players and played through the game. And they're like, oh, draw from this deck. Oh, look, I have this Omen of Hope of this type. And you're like, you pull it and you're like, it's that card, because it's in the exact same order that they're doing it. Now you can roll your dice differently. Obviously you can trade or augment. Cause again, this is one of those games that I like, where as a player, when it's not your turn, you still can participate and help and augment. So it's important that people are paying attention, even though it's not their turn. I always like games that incorporate mechanics like that, instead of everybody's just sitting there on their cell phone, waiting for it to be their turn.
That's the point of a game, is that everybody's engaged at all times. So
exactly. And
that's cool.
So while you could engage differently than the show could, that didn't change the fact that the next time you investigate this Nexus, that the next card was going to be death moths, or this item that's a boon for you, and then how you get that item. So it was really cool, because with them having everything in order, they were also able to show you different mechanics at different times and introduce you to fairly most of the mechanics of the game. And I have not seen a single board game that essentially used the concept of a video game tutorial and put that into a board game to teach you the board game in such a painless and easy way. So not only is it a really cool game and kind of creepy and kind of fun, and definitely fun, but just innovative in the way that they came up on how to teach it to you. So highly recommended. So it's now, if you just put in Apocrypha, that's a real word. It is in relation to books in general. You will find thousands of things. So you really need to look for Apocrypha Adventure Card Game or Box 1 The World.
Okay.
This is, it literally says underneath that, a game by Mike Selinker.
Awesome.
Who we've had on the show before.
Yes.
But to be fair, also designed by Chad Brown, Keith Richmond, Liv Spain, Elisa Teague, and Gabby Wielding. And like I said, with memories by Matt Forbick and Patrick Rothfuss.
Awesome. Oh, thank you. Bruno, I think you've been playing something else as well?
Yeah, we've discussed this one before. It is Vampire Survivors, that $3 game that just keeps giving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just went back to it. I'm so tired of all the games that are out right now. I already I obliterated everything that I wanted to do in Diablo 3, and I'm bored again. And I'm rich on ESO, and so I was just I don't have anything to play. I was like, I wonder how Vampire Survivors is doing. It's doing a lot.
Yeah.
It's doing a lot. They added a ton of new weapons, and the weapons are weirdly more complicated, which makes builds really interesting. And tons of weapons have evolutions now. Weapons that didn't even exist before have evolutions now. So it's like I'm playing Vampire Survivors Tears of the Kingdom.
Nice.
Well played. Well played.
That's
sir.
sick.
High five. Hold on. High five.
Eh.
It's always fun figuring. Oh, I gotta go that way.
There you go. High five. High five. That was close enough.
figured
Yeah,
it
we
out.
high five.
Well,
For those of you
I-
listening, we high five.
They're figuring out which side to high five on. I also find it very interesting too that it's technically still in early access. It's only on patch
yes.
0.11.2. And yeah, I've heard they've added tons of stuff recently.
Yeah, it's got so much more to it. I have 37.5 hours played on that game.
That's pretty good. I mean, the game's fun.
Damn,
I gotta lie.
Yeah.
that's it.
Well,
That's
that is what got our attention this week, and until next week when we have something else to talk about, this is what we covered. So check out our website, sasgaming.com. You can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/sasgaming. If you want to help us out a little bit more, throw us a bone. We appreciate that. Obviously, we love doing content because we love you guys, and that's what we do. So until next time, see you later. Have fun and take care. See you.
Bye.